What it do, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm bringing you another video in my Must Have Must Gag series. This is my series I created inspired by Samantha March's Will I Buy It series. I always have her playlist and the community playlist linked down below, as well as all the Instagram pages I follow to get all of this makeup knowledge. And lastly, but certainly not least, I always have all of the items listed and linked down below. If there's an asterisk behind that link, that means it is an affiliated link. If you shop through it, I very much appreciate it. Otherwise, no big deal at all. I'm just truly happy that you're here to spend some time with me. I believe this is going to be a ridiculously long video. I was tangentialing a lot, okay? There was a lot of ad-libs. There was a lot of very chaotic energy in this video. I want to say the most chaotic energy video that I've done in a while. And I don't know where it's coming from, but it's coming from somewhere and it needs to go. So that said, I talked about quite a lot of makeup. This is my first video that I've done in this series, when I say for a month. So it's been quite some time. So there was a lot of makeup that I did have pinned that I kind of wanted to talk about. So I hit on some of the biggest hitters that I have pinned, and I created this makeup look. I absolutely love my eyeshadow look, and it's with an old palette, which I love. I already bought it and I'm getting more use out of it. If you're wondering, it is the Club Nebula, which is the collaboration between Caladios Cosmetics and Angelica Nyquist. I absolutely love this palette. I did use a smattering of other shades and other palettes just to create certain aspects of this look, but the majority of this look is with that eyeshadow palette. Everything of always will be listed and linked down below for my eye look and the products that I talk about. If my description box is too full, check out the pinned comment. This will be going up late at night, so the pinned comment should be pretty quick up to this video being available for you guys to view. And yeah, I don't think there's anything else. This time I truly will link this brand down below. It is Shop Koi. So definitely, if I forget for some reason, just type in Shop Koi and you will find it. It's khoi.com, www.khoi.com. I'm pretty sure, or maybe it's Shop Koi. Either way, I'll have her down below. Absolutely love the brand. It is a Black owned brand for the jewelry. These are quite heavy, but their latest releases that I picked up are a lot lighter, so definitely know that. But great quality overall. And I don't think there's anything else that I need to talk about. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, as always, feel free to hit them down in the comment box. I will go ahead and comment back. I know I've been a little lax on comments, but eventually there will be a get ready with me talking about what is going on in the life of Blake, because there's a lot going on in the life of Blake. But with that said, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's just dive on in. Okay guys, so like I said in the intro, it has been a minute since I have done a Must Have Must Gag. And if you did not know, I'm sure I've already talked about it in the intro, so I don't want to dive into too much. I truly don't even remember the last item that I talked about, so I apologize if I repeat anything. I'm sure I won't. I'm gonna try to scroll down on my phone. I have like a whole kind of pinned saved folder where I like to kind of figure out what I'm gonna talk about prior, but like I said, I haven't done this in so long. I feel quite rusty, if we're being honest. Let's see something that I find intriguing. Let's talk about this, and I'll try to find some makeup that I'm going to apply. I'll probably use similar products to yesterday with a smattering of older products that I've used a lot of. So as always, everything will be listed and linked down below. And yeah, let's just dive right on in. And I'm gonna scoot over as well. And my battery's gonna die. We're gonna get as far as we can with the battery that I got right now. So Inslee Rain created a Cosmic Dreamer palette, and I find this palette honestly intriguing. I think it's actually quite pretty. Granted, there is a very small amount of mattes. Actually, I might have been a bit dramatic with that statement. I'm looking at it now a little bit closer, and I see that they just don't have the mattes and the shimmers separated. It's just kind of dallied all throughout. But either way, I think that this is a really pretty palette. I do quite think that this is an attractive palette. The reason I won't particularly be taking the chance to pick it up is purely for the fact that the color scheme is not super original. It is definitely something that catches my eye. Certain color schemes that I definitely can say, oh, this would be really, really pretty. But if I'm getting down to the thick of things and like really seeing like, is this something that would be unique, interesting for my collection? I can't say it will be. And you know, some things may be coming out. I'll probably be doing Get Ready With Me soon, talking about why I've been even more particular like this month and kind of the next couple of months. But yeah, this is just, yeah, it's cute. I really think it's pretty, but I also find that I have this in my collection. So for me, it's something that I gotta unfortunately skip. What is this? There was a Star Wars collection with Hotel. Is that the name? There was a Star Wars / Hotel collection. I don't know if Hotel collection is like the company or what, but it looks like they had quite the smattering of products. They had fragrance oils for Jedis and Siths. They had, oh my God, they had oils for everything. They had Rebels, the Empire, the Force, the Sith. They had diffusers, everything. And I'm proud to say I now somewhat understand this series. I've always been a Star Trek girly, in case I did that too quickly. Star Trek. And recently I decided I want to understand this series because my dad is definitely a Star Wars person. I think it was just the generation that he grew up in. They just grew up on Star Wars, and I just grew up on Star Trek. So I made it a point to kind of figure out what was going on recently. I haven't watched all the movies. There are a lot of movies in the Star Wars universe, but I did watch quite a few, and like so many connections were being made and all of that jazz. So it was nice. Either way, I think it's cute, but not something that I need to personally pick up. I like it, but you know, that would be something like maybe, I mean, Father's Day is coming up, but my dad is not into fragrant items. That's just not something that he does. So it's not something that I can say, oh, I'll get it for Father's Day. Like, no, absolutely not. It looks like Tower 21 is doing a collaboration with Way. I'm sure you already knew about this, but this was a lip gloss, I want to say. I know a lot of people either really love Tower 28's lip glosses or really hate them. I know at one point they did have an interesting smell. It wasn't super offensive to me, so I've kept all of my lip glosses, and I have quite a few. I want to say I have 2 or 3. I have panned one fully. It was the clear one that I had of theirs, and I want to say I have like maybe 1 or 2 left. I like them, but do I like them enough to get this Way scented one? And it is the St. Bart's, which does make a huge difference in the Way range. I have the St. Bart's scrub. I think I've gone through 2 of those scrubs. I think I'm hoarding my last one that I have right now. I'll probably buy another one in the future, you know, later on, but I don't need one right now. I have plenty of Bath and Body Works scrubs and all that jazz, so I just don't need to justify it. But I've gone on a tangent per usual. I think that this is cute. I definitely understand who it's made for, and I definitely think they will bring themselves an audience just from this collaboration, but I'm good. So a lot of liquid bronzers have been coming out, and I've been seeing, finally I've like taken the time to watch some of the other creators that I know and adore, and they've been reviewing some of these bronzers. So I know Say did a bronzer, I know Glossier did a bronzer, and Makeup by Mario did a bronzer release as well. All liquid bronzers. So I'm just gonna have all 3 of them on the screen right now, and I'll just kind of generally talk about all of these bronzers. When it comes to me, I've been putting on makeup now since 2017, 2016 pretty religiously, right? So at least multiple times a week. And, you know, it started with me just doing it for my blog and like for personal mental health and all of that. And now it's blossomed to doing it for my YouTube, mental health, you know, wanting to look presentable, X, Y, and Z. And not saying that you have to put makeup on to look presentable, but it's how I like to kind of get dressed up, if you will. So, anyways, I've learned a lot in these years that I have been putting on makeup. And it's been thoroughly multiple years. And some of the things that I've just kind of grown comfortable or okay with acknowledging lately is the fact that in those years that I have taken the time to kind of buy makeup, test out makeup, learn my face, learn how to apply makeup, all of those things, I have learned that there are certain textures, certain formulations that I just do not jive with when it comes to my liquid/cream base routine. And I consider bronzer and blush and honestly highlighter a part of my base routine because quite literally it's on my base. I understand technically it's not, but for argument's sake and for how I apply makeup, it truly is. And with that known, I do not like liquid bronzers, and honestly I'm coming to the fact that I do not prefer liquid blushes either. Cream highlighters and liquid highlighters are pretty much equal in my head. Some really work, some really don't. It just kind of depends on the formula for me. But in general, liquid bronzers do not work for me. It's just not a formula that I have grown to find any form of attachment, any form of desire to use. And honestly, I don't think that I find that type of formula, it just doesn't work for me. I do like a bronzer. As I said in my video yesterday, I do like when my cream bronzer will kind of melt into my base routine. I do not get me wrong, but I find that liquids just, they melt in a way that I just don't particularly like. Even today, I am using a liquid bronzer that I don't particularly enjoy. I just knew that I would be able to get through it. That's why I kept it in my collection. And this is from Tarte. It is in my project pan. Thank the suns, I'm almost done with this. I could feel like that I'm at the fritz end of it. Yay. And, you know, I won't be repurchasing it. And there's a reason. It has nothing to do with the actual product. It honestly is just the formula does not work for me. And so I'm at the point where for me, there's no reason to even pretend to want to try new formulas, new brands formulas, let me say that, in consistencies that I know I just do not have a liking to historically. So this is a long rant aside, but I will not be trying the Saie liquid bronzer, the Glossier liquid bronzer, or the Makeup by Mario liquid bronzer. Honestly, I haven't even heard the best reviews over any of them really. I think if anything, the Glossier has been getting a lot of really good reviews, but personally, I don't like their cream highlighter or their cream blush formula. So I don't see how I would enjoy their cream bronzer. So that is just going to be my opinion on all three. I would love to hear if you are similar to me and don't particularly like liquid bronzers, but for some reason have really gotten along with one, if not all of those bronzer formulas. Please definitely let me know. I'd love to know. Maybe eventually I'll find myself in a Sephora store and I'll swatch it, and maybe the consistency, the texture will have me intrigued. But right now, that dog ain't hunting. We also have some, I think these are liquid eyeshadows and bases from Melt. I just feel like, what is Melt doing? What are they doing? I just don't feel like they're on the nose with their releases. At one point, they weren't on the nose. They were before the nose. They were before the trends. They were setting the trends. And now they're like 2 years behind. Maybe they're truly trying to like fully formulate their versions perfectly, and I completely understand that, but it's gotten to the point where I no longer even consider Melt a favorite brand. And there was definitely a point in my life where they were definitely a favorite brand. Their color schemes were great. Yes, their formulas were a little sketchy, but I thought that their formulas were so interesting and their color schemes were so interesting that I was okay with it. But now that's just, it's not working for me. It really is not working for me. So yeah, with all that said, I'm easily going to pass on this release. It's not for me. It really isn't. Natasha Denona. Now, if memory serves me correctly, I saw vaguely, ooh, why does it look like my forehead is shining? Am I sweating? I'm definitely sweating. It is hot, y'all. It is definitely hot where I live now, and I really need to take that into advisement when I'm doing my hair, or my makeup. But for right now, we're gonna keep moving. I'll probably rectify this. I don't know. Just rock with it. So I'm pretty sure I saw a video of Natasha Denona basically saying, oh, just kidding, we leaked this, but this is not ready yet. But this is her golden collection. Now, I understand why she keeps coming out with neutrals. Neutrals definitely sell. They're the majority of the population who's wearing makeup and actively, you know, going out there looking for a new palette day in, day out, or even just a new palette for every day. They want a neutral new palette. But I truly just don't see the difference between this and her It's a Nude and her bronze palette. Like, this just seems like a combination of those two palettes, which is not a bad thing. I definitely think that that could be really nice for the right person. But like, what is this really bringing new in her catalog? And for those people who are avid, and I do mean avid Natasha Denona fans, why would I pick this up? Why? Now, the highlighter palette, I'm not gonna lie, it intrigues me a lot. They call this a golden chic trio, but that looks like 3 beautiful dark skin friendly highlighters. Now, I won't lie, I have been played many a time by Natasha Denona thinking that something is going to work for my skin tone. I pick it up and it doesn't. Really, the only face palette that I picked up from her and it actually does is the dark on the go palette, where they have like 5 eyeshadows on the bottom and then the highlighter and the blush on top. I bought that and I was like, oh, this is how I'm gonna travel. I'm gonna travel only using this. How often have I traveled with it? You tell me. But that palette was really nice. It actually worked for my skin tone. Every other one that I picked up, absolutely not. I love the My Dream eyeshadow palette, but that face palette did not work at all. So I'm intrigued. I definitely am intrigued. And you know, it's basic, it's neutrals. In the grand scheme of things, is this really gonna bring me anything that like I need to really write home about? No. But this is really what I'm reaching for lately. If I'm gonna put on makeup for on the go, for an event, it's gonna be neutrals. It's truly gonna be neutrals for me. Now I'll add some razzle dazzle. Okay, I'll add some razzle dazzle to it to make it so that it doesn't look super basic and, you know, whatever. But at the same time, it's still gonna just be neutral. So I'll be interested to see how YouTubers present this palette. I know there's going to be so many YouTubers that get this NPR and pick this up first day it's available at Natasha Denona's website and or at Sephora, and they'll be doing the comparisons that I'm interested in, and I know you guys are interested in as well. But I'm gonna sit this one out. Like I said, I have both the bronze palette and I have the, what is this, the My Dream. No, it's this is the I Need a Nude. I do also have the My Dream palette, and I just feel like all of these palettes are really starting to look similar. And so it's just truly not a need for me to get another palette from her that's going to have the same colors. It really, not at me, at the state that I am in when it comes to makeup, but also with my channel. It just doesn't make sense. Do you think it makes sense? I would love to know down below. Denona. So I feel like there are points in my life where Denona really cannot do me any wrong. She can't do me dirty at all. But I think this palette looks ugly. So this is Denona Myrix's Love is Love All Over Face palette. And but this is an ugly palette. I just feel like her graphic designers did her dirty, one, and somebody should have said no. Somewhere through the production of this palette, somebody should have said no, this looks ugly, and everybody was just so happy for her to be happy that they didn't. I feel like that was a bit harsh. I apologize, but the feelings had to be let out. They had to be let out. Haves Labs. So Haves Labs has done cream blush sticks, and I am thoroughly intrigued. Now, what I don't know is if these are glowy or what. So this is a new formula, new finish, new blushes. This is a serum based long wear glassy blush that can be used on both lips and cheeks. Of course it can. Any stick can be used on lips and cheeks. I'm intrigued. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sure that a lot of YouTubers are gonna be comparing this to the Pat McGrath glossy cream cheeks sticks because it's a similar formula based on the description. But from what I've seen, this clearly shows a lot more pigment. The Pat McGrath, when I saw YouTubers using it, they looked crazy trying to build up product to make that thing work. It just was not working at all. And I think it's because hers leaned so much more on the serum glossy side, whereas these look like they actually have a good amount of pigment. I remember vaguely recently on Sephora that there was some form of sale or something happened and all of these sold out. I am so unbothered that I didn't try to buy them on Haves Labs or anything. Like I said, I am intrigued. I've seen people use them, and I definitely think that this is something that I would enjoy having in my collection. That said, I have a collection. And I love me cream blushes. I don't know where my brain was going just now, but I love cream blushes. So the quantity that I have is great. I just picked up those beautiful LYS cream cheek. Why do I keep saying cream cheek? I just picked up those beautiful LYS cream blushes. I compared them to what brand? It was a black owned brand because I did black owned head to head. I don't remember what the brand is, but long story short, I picked up at least 2 or 3 cream blushes recently, and I compared them all, and I joined them. That was a lot of lip oil. Good information to keep in my head, but it was beautiful, and I can see how beautiful these would be. They look fantastic, but do I need them now? Maybe not. I just bought some, and to be honest, I reviewed them and I was testing them out to review them, and I don't know where they are anymore. They're somewhere in here, but where? The world may never know. The world may never know. I just saw a review on all of these blushes from Khaki. I think her YouTube name is Khaki Reviews, something to that effect. I truly adore Kaki's channel. So if you have not checked it out, please check it out. It's a great channel. And I'm not done with my makeup. I'm just talking and not progressing with what I should be progressing with. Don't mind me. Anyways, she got all of these in PR, and I just realized I put that on for nothing because I need to take it off now. Chaotic. She got all these in PR, and she reviewed them, she swatched them, she showed us review comparisons. It was great, absolutely great. If you are a pale princess, definitely recommend following her channel, especially if you just want to see somebody who gets a decent amount of PR and does thorough reviews. So I really appreciate for that video. She pretty much helped me to solidify the fact that the shades that I had in my cart are definitely the shades that I should personally pick up. That said, she also solidified my pause in the fact that these are nice, but they're not groundbreaking. They're not shattering, earth shattering. You know what I mean? I just feel like the products have to be earth shattering. It just does not make sense. Like, if we're thinking purely economical, it does not make sense for me to buy another blush when I have 30. Why? And these are all the similar shades, because I'm gonna get the shades that I already have because I enjoy those shades. I get use out of those shades. Those shades work on my skin tone. So what's the difference here? Maybe if I was really interested in like the Dior lavender blush, okay, that makes sense. That's a different tone of blush that I do not have in my collection. So picking that up, although I don't understand why I would, it would make sense in a purely, this is a unique shade. Cool. That's another reason why I allowed myself to pick up Only Drama from Half Magic. It was a unique shade to my collection. Now that ended up me picking up every shade that I loved in that collection, don't get me wrong, but at least it began in a pure and innocent way. It truly did. But this doesn't have any light lavenders. It does. Let me pull that back. It does. But I don't want to buy that shade. I'm not interested in that shade. I'm interested in shades that I know will work for me. So, long story short, we're going to skip. Not for me. I would love to hear if you picked it up, and if you have, let your girl know. Do you love it? Do you not? I need to know the tea. Let me know down below. It looks like Half Magic, which is a brand that I have not found a product that is a miss for me. They have come out with some new products, and these are oil bombs with an oil and a balm. Okay, let's see. It has the comfort of an oil, 12-hour hydration, and rich color that lasts. It has an ultra fuzzy applicator. And there are 6 shades. I'm not about that fuzzy applicator. The applicator looks creepy, and I can feel the fuzz getting stuck on my lips. So I'm not a fan of that. But they have 3 browns. $20 each. That's 20, 40, 60. That's $60. It is available already. Have you tried this? Let me know. You guys have seen my video where I'm comparing all the different types of formulas. I talk about why I like one formula over another, all that jazz. Is this a nice formula? Let me know, please. I would love to know. Fleur is continuing on with their production of new scents, and this one is Soft Spot. This is a sultry skin-on-skin fragrance that captures the essence of your desire with a charming caress. What? The top notes are bergamot peel, mandarin, and freesia. Heart notes are jasmine petal, water lily, and vanilla orchid. And then the base is amber, sandalwood, and musk. I like certain aspects of this scent, but I also like that because it reminds me of scents that I already have and thoroughly enjoy. So this is going to be passed for me. I don't need to bring any more scents in. I've talked about that. And I need to get the eyeshadow palette that I'm fixing to want to use, because I'm just sitting here talking and not finishing my makeup. And I need to finish my makeup. So let me get that eyeshadow palette, and then we will continue to proceed. So I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie at all, y'all. I was just sweating trying to find the palette that I was looking for, and I had to settle. I settled, but it's okay because I think this will work out nonetheless. And as always, like I said, I think at some point earlier today, before the brain continued to spiral with tangent beyond tangent, everything will be listed and linked down below. All right, Nomad Cosmetics is coming out with 3 different 6 pans. They all have their own kind of color scheme, if you will, and these are called the color stories. So one is the Canadian Rockies, the other is Abu Dhabi, and the other one is Oslo. These are all different countries or locations in the US and in the world. That was a scratch. You know, I think it's fine. Definitely wish that Nomad would kind of go back to how they used to do their color schemes. They used to be so much more exciting, interesting, kind of thought-provoking, and I just don't find that these latest ones are that. They're very comfortable, very subtle, and don't get me wrong, as I've said, that definitely pays their bills, I'm sure. Same with all of these other beauty brands that are kind of settling for that. I completely understand why they're doing it. I want something unique, interesting, so why can't you provide it for me? We're going to be playing again with some makeup, and we'll see how it goes today. Yesterday I played, we're going to play again today while we continue to talk about some of these shenanigans that are coming out as and being classified as new makeup. Huda Beauty is coming out with a new palette. What is this one called? It's just called Gold, I think. Honestly, sis can't seem to come out with a different color scheme. All of her color schemes have some form of pink aspect to it, and they all have a gold there. I mean, it's almost as bad as Pat McGrath saying that she has a new palette coming out and everybody's like, but does it have a pink or not? That's literally, at this point, I feel like what Huda Beauty is going for. And you know, if it works, it works. Don't shoot the messenger. So yeah, I'm bored, I don't care, and yeah, that's why you haven't seen me really talk about a Huda Beauty release as a review, because I haven't wanted to pick any of them up. Now, don't get me wrong, I feel like when she does release a bigger palette, she actually comes out with a different color scheme for her. But, you know, I'm not going to just wait for those big palettes. Sometimes I just want a small, nice, curated palette. Who am I? You know? Anyways, Glamlight is coming out with another very, very bright and colorful palette, which makes sense for them. But it's interesting because they're collaborating with Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Now, this was my childhood. I absolutely loved running home and watching this TV show, so I'm not mad at it by any means. But I also, you know, I question sometimes where the line between bringing nostalgia in a very unique way to a field that I love, and where does money grab? Like, where does that line end? It just seems very weird. Obviously, Will Smith, when he was playing the Fresh Prince, did not wear makeup. Well, every actor wears makeup, yes, but like, you know, he wasn't actively wearing makeup that it was like obvious, you know what I mean? No character really wore makeup except for the couple of females. You had Hillary, you had Aunt Viv, and you know, we had the 2 situations of the 2 Aunt Viv, so there is that. But like, nobody else, not really. So I don't get it. That said, the color scheme is quite interesting. It's quite interesting. I like the combination. So they have the 1 row of shimmers, the 1 row of quite bright shades actually, and then the row under it of deepener shades. I actually really like this color scheme. If you are somebody who is new to makeup, you can easily pick this up and create a eyeshadow look going down the columns, or mixing matching maybe 1 shade from each row. I really like this color scheme. But when I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, but where's the uniqueness? Even in their range, I feel like this has already been done. If you have the Rick and Morty palette, I don't think you need this. If you have the last Scooby-Doo palette, I don't think you need this. And I think that's really the issue with Glamlight. They've done so many releases at this point that there's really, what's new? what's going to be exciting? What's going to really draw your audience to you? It's very similar issue that ColourPop had quite a few years ago. They could not really get their audience to keep spending their money. Why? Because they kept releasing similar color schemes, the same color schemes over and over again. So I'll be interested. I know a couple of YouTubers, actually, when I'm filming this, I am filming this on Saturday, hopefully the day I can get this up. I know quite a few YouTubers have already put their video up because they got this NPR. So I'll be interested to see what they say, as, you know, they have an affiliation with the brand, whether, you know, they feel as though it sways their opinion or not. I think in a way it can, and you know, it is what it is. It's a hard line to thread, but I would love to see their opinion, especially because a lot of them tend to keep a lot of these collections for a really long period of time to review them and compare them. So hopefully people have like the Rick and Mortar palette, which I've wanted to pick up, but I just haven't. So I'll be interested to see. I'll be interested. I think there's some other things in this collection that might be interesting, but overall, it's really that eyeshadow palette. That eyeshadow palette looks really, really pretty, but I have a feeling it's not unique. It looks like Maybelline is coming out with some new lip liners. Maybelline does this, where they come out with a huge campaign for just a small item, but lip liner is very important. They're super important, and they have browns. So maybe once I get through my lip liners, I'll give these a shot. I don't see why I wouldn't, but am I gonna run for any of these lip liners? No, I am not. Which one should I do? Ooh, I think I'm gonna do this one. Yeah. I don't want to always be so predictable. This is a cute look. I like this. All right, how much more? I feel like we have so much more because it's been so long since I've talked about makeup. Something that I actually am intrigued by, Clionadh Cosmetics has come out with an extension on their fruit lighters. These are highlighters that they originally released 1 or 2 shades with their collaboration with Emily, and now they've extended, and I think that this is really smart of them. I really liked this formulation and this release from them, and I had in full intentions of picking up the other shade of the fruit lighter. I just never got around to it, and I love how they've really fleshed out this range. These are all obviously duochromes, but these are really pretty shades. Now, do I need them? No ma'am, no Pam. But if you're somebody who does not have a lot of duochromes in their collection, you're a new makeup collector, I definitely think that these would be a fantastic formula. They do have a slight kind of sparkly glitter to them, but it's not glitter. It's not chunky or anything. I would say it's smaller glitter than the Half Magic glitter puck, because that's a little bit more obvious, and obviously it's in a more powdery formulation. So for me, think of like the ultimate combination of the Half Magic glitter puck and the Rare Beauty highlighters. I think that is basically what these are. They're beautifully smooth like the Rare, but they have a little glitter like the Half Magic, but it's a smooth glitter. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Had I thought about it, I would have pulled that highlighter and thrown it on, but girl, I don't think I have the energy to dig in my drawers again. So I'm sorry, I apologize, but trust me. Also, you can always Google it. I'm sure somebody has a very recent video with those products because they're really good. Apparently, Rhode is coming out with some new products, and these look to be more along the lines of cream blushes. I think this is really smart of her. I mean, her brand has been doing really well, and I like this for her. Am I going to pick it up? That's unconclusive. It's inconclusive if I'm gonna pick it up, honestly. I haven't picked up too much from the brand. I picked up the 2 lip products, but that's it. Oh, and I picked up some skincare. That's also very valid. I forgot about the skincare that I picked up. Not a good sign. Fenty has come out with her summer collection, and blushes are the thing. Per usual, it makes perfect sense around the summertime. Glowy blushes to be precise. And these looked like baked gelée blushes. Now, do I want these? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. But I also know that Fenty always goes on 30% off. She always has a 30% off sale. So am I going to be buying these full price? No. I'm gonna wait. You know, a reviewer that actually makes money off their videos is gonna go ahead and review this. I'm gonna watch their video and okay, I need to pick this shade up, this shade. So I definitely want this 110%, but I'm gonna be smart about it, and I'm going to wait until the perfect shade is available for me to pick up. This was not the shade I wanted to use, not at all. But I put it on, so let's just combine it with the shade I actually wanted. There we go. I really like this look. I kind of want to add a little dark. A little dark. We gonna add a little dark. We gonna see. How much more we got? Auntie Pat is coming out with some, are these? She's coming out with a lip pencil collection. Not for me. Easy not for me. Absolutely not for me. So this is an easy pass. I had maybe 1 or 2 of these from NARS when they were super popular. Didn't get the hype. It's not for me. I like me something glossy. I like me something in a bullet. And this is just not giving what I want it to give. So yeah, not for me. I'm gonna keep moving on with my life. What is this? Tarte is also coming out with yet another loose powder. Honestly, I feel like they come out with a loose powder every month. Tarte is always trying to find the new thing. Usually it has Tarte Shape Tape somewhere in the name. Does this? No, this is a creaseless under eye loose setting powder. Maybe they finally let Shape Tape go. I doubt it, but anyways, it's not for me at all. I like the idea of this liner, but this is just not dark enough. We'll figure it out. Oh, this is something that I saw very recently, so I'm actually happy for you guys because I already got it. But Sunday Fridays is coming. Did I say Sunday Fridays? Jesus be offense. Summer Fridays is coming out with their iced coffee shade again. I definitely think that this is one of their best flavors and scents. It is really, really nice. And this is coming from somebody who's not a huge coffee drinker. I'll drink it, and I've gone through my phase of like, okay, let me figure out how I can drink and consume coffee. But I'm an energy drink kind of girl. It is what it is. It just works for me. I have less calories that I ultimately end up consuming because I don't feel I need to add any additional cream or sugar or anything like that. And yeah, I definitely highly recommend, if you wanted to try this formula, if you've tried it and you like it, this is definitely my favorite scent. Hands down, bar none. Favorite scent. Okay, so I love how I finished this and I'm not finished with my makeup. Are we surprised? I've been chaotic this weekend and I really wanted to get a lot of filming this weekend done. I feel like that would be criminal to you guys to put y'all through too many more filming days of me and this energy. But anyways, I'm just going to deepen up this line. I originally used the palette. No, I didn't. I originally reached for the Natasha Denona I Need a Nude palette, which is not the palette that I created this eye look with. I created it with the Angelica Nyquist Caladios collaboration palette, which is Club Nebula. Everything will be linked down below. Unfortunately, that was limited edition and no longer available, but fantastic palette. Absolutely love that palette. And now I'm just deepening out my line with my Danessa Myricks Groundwork Volume 1 palette. I love this palette. It's one of those things where you can underestimate its ability to be so useful. And so that's why I always have it on my desk, because you never know. You never know how it's going to be useful. And it's doing beautiful at just deepening this up. It's still giving a like eyeshadow vibe, so you don't think that I'm actually using a liner, which is what I wanted today. I didn't want today to be such a harsh kind of liquid liner look, but I did want that sharpness, that depth in that spot, so people knew it was on purpose that I did this and not kind of accidentally. Alrighty guys, so this is the finished look. And honestly, I'm vibing. I'm so happy I took my hair out. One, my hair can breathe, but also I think it just works with the look. Honestly, I feel like we need some earrings. We need some bigger earrings than this. What we gonna do today? What we gonna do? Let me see. I got the hoops. We wore the hoops yesterday. Oh, you know what? Let me try these like pearl things. And I don't think I put the brand's website in my bio yesterday. I need to do that. Yes, ma'am. And this is the mini. My ears are small. Okay, so this is not gonna work. It's overpowering all the other earrings. I want you to see the other earrings. Okay, so, and this is a little too classy. Oh my. All right, it's the hoops again. She gotta make her appearance 2 days in a row. Yeah. Oh, she is serving. She is giving you a look. Okay, I have dilly-dallied on this video for some time. Long story short, honestly, there are a handful of things that I think are really interesting, but I'm not buying them full price and I'm not really pressed to pick them up, period. I think that there are definitely some items that would be a combination of things that I already have, which is nice. It's easier for you to use. You get to have a smattering of them and it's mushed together. But I also have, like I said, the I Need a New palette and the bronze palette from Natasha Denona. I also have the Rare Beauty highlighters. I have 2 now, and I also have the Half Magic cream highlighter, so I can create my own version of what it appears. So it's just I'm just gonna sit back and watch. I'm gonna sit back and watch. I love so many reviewers, and there's so many reviewers in this beauty community that do such a fantastic job at getting the products quickly and getting their reviews out, and there's such a big audience that I caught on to them. So I think I'm just gonna wait. I think I'm just gonna wait, see how they feel, and from there I will move forward. For example, really quickly, and then I will seriously let you guys go. The Rare Beauty highlighters are loved and adored, but apparently the blushes are no longer loved. And I just started watching beauty YouTube literally this week, so I'm now getting this information, and I still have one in my cart, so I'm really wondering if I need to pick it up. But I also do love obscenely a very glowy blush, so I think I'll be in the minority on that particular release, which is perfect, because then the release will be discounted and I can pick it up for the low. So that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was chaotic to say the least. I think this is one of my most chaotic videos that I've ever uploaded, so I apologize in not advanced because this is at the very end of the video, but you know what I mean. I apologize, you know, but otherwise I love the makeup look. I think my base looks really, really nice. I did skip a step. So usually I will add my LYS Natural Finish on top of my Manna Kadar spray. I just used the Manna Kadar. I did not use this. So maybe that's another thing that I will need to do to adjust, because I feel like my skin still has some life in there, and as I begin to sweat, because it is hot, the life will kind of continue to stick, and there's enough primer that it'll work. I'm tangentialing per usual. I need to go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.